Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It's your boy Rumboyz Robbie. Mike is sipping on a Gatorade because he is hydrating from the other night. He's had a wild week. We've had him out there working all of our NFL topics and sending me NFL topics to keep us quick on our feet. So shout out to Mike. Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Big shout out to you for the graphics as well. I'm gonna just say this. Can I say this on air?
Which part?
Everything that I'm about to say.
Okay.
Chat. Me and Mike have been working together for a long time. Sometimes we have tiffs. We had a tiff over the Wednesday night graphic.
Oh.
We had a tiff over the Wednesday night graphic. But motherfucker, did it work? Motherfucker, did it work? So sometimes just listen to your teammate. When it's time to pass the ball, you shut the fuck up and you pass the ball. You can have a discussion, but you shut the fuck up. Even if you're the leader, even if you're the field general, you humble yourself and you say, let this nigga cook. And you know what? We did it. And what? We did 80 views in that night.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
But that's something slight. That's slight. That's something slight.
Yeah.
That's something slight. We did a hundo out the gate. That's not counting motherfuckers that came back to watch after the fact of a play-by-play. You know who also did that graphic? My fucking graphic designer, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for fucking Jonathan Mike FF.
And I got something up my sleeve that Robbie has no idea about for the beginning of the season.
This motherfucker is batting 100. Mike, I'm letting you know. There is no confirmation yet. This is a if. Instagram wants Tefimo Lopez versus Rolly.
You just let me know.
Prepare it. Have it ready. I'm letting you guys know we do not know if this stream is going to happen. If we can pull it off, which is a 90% chance, we are pulling that off for you tomorrow. I have no bookings tomorrow. I have no bookings. Unless something comes up last minute. Unless I get a last minute photography booking, you guys are getting a stream tomorrow. Just randomly throwing it out there. With that being said and stated, we have a lot of heavy hitting news for you guys. This is the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. This is Rumboyz After Dark, the place where your news is not stark, where we hit you from start to finish, because you already know that we've been in this since the beginning. You dig what I'm saying? We're going to hit this off with a cheers. After the cheers, We got to get into some topics. But before we do, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a follow on Twitch. Check out the link in the description. Shop GLD. You better get like me because I'm telling you, I'm iced out like a fucking snowman. You dig what I'm saying, man? Mike, you ready to get them?
Let's do it.
Bruh, we have a lot of football to talk about. Football's back. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls want to do. Dilly, dilly. He said, oh, like he had to be the one to take a shot.
I'm just beat.
I know. Where can I find the graphic? Mike, you got to follow us on Instagram. You got to go to Instagram. We got the graphics. We drop all of our graphics on Instagram. All of our graphics are on Instagram. You can find them on my page or, Mike, you post them on your page, right?
I'll repost them if you do. I don't directly. I wait for you to do it.
You could get them on either of our pages. If you guys ever want a graphic and you want to share the graphic, we publish all of them on all of our pages. Really quick, let's get into the very first topic. We got to talk about last night. We had a Hall of Fame game. For those that don't know this show, we always start off with a recap of the previous night's game. We're going to get you guys into the motion of that Hall of Fame game. Arizona Cardinals in the desert, the sun. They go to Canton. It's a neutral site. Canton, we've been to that field. We know how shitty that field is.
Well, it's better. It's better now.
I was going to bring that up. It's a better field now. It's better talent playing on that field. From second string to third string, I couldn't tell first string, second string, third string last night from the fuck of it. It looked like I was watching college football for a second. Thoughts on last night? Carson Beck started. Haynes King took over, did his thing. Mike, go.
I watched most of it. I wasn't able to watch all of it. The one thing I will say about the field itself is,
but you call it Rumboyz,
huh?
You call it Rumboyz.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't able to watch all, but you call it Rumboyz.
Yes. The one thing I will say about the field itself, and I think we know why this is partly why they did it. Yes, me and you have been on that field. I think it was a very smart move what they did for the game itself. I did like the tradition of it being on a Monday night after the ceremony, but then moving it to Thursday before the ceremony, because the ceremony's on that field, the field gets trounced, and then if weather or anything, then the field is like shit, and we've had to cancel a game or two. That's not a good look for that.
The history of the game, yeah.
So I'm glad that, the way the game is, it doesn't matter what the field's like when it's being used for that. So I'm glad we're allowed to do it before. For the game, Haynes King, okay. I was more interested to see what Carson Beck did.
Really?
Going into the game.
Yay.
Okay. Because going into the game, I was more interested to see what Carson did, purely because we've already talked in the past about the situation with Jacoby Brissett. They used a higher pick for Carson Beck. Yes, Jacoby's there, but let's be real. Carolina has their quarterback that they want to be the future of the team. We don't know if Arizona does. Arizona's not a great team. Arizona
does Carolina have the backup figured out?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
But all I'm saying is Arizona is one of those teams that could be in the hunt in 2027 for that class.
Really quick, we get 3, right? 3 preseason games.
For them. Yeah, it's 3.
Period.
Yeah, 3.
We get 3 per piece.
Yeah.
I'll let you continue before I bring up this next topic. before I bring up
They
the next question.
They get 4.
Valid, because of the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
So all I mean is I wanted to see what Carson Beck did. However, I have a problem too, and that is Carson Beck did it, some of it, against guys that are going to be washing our cars in 2 months. I need to see him against top talent. That's the problem, and I don't know if we're going to see that. I can see you want to say something, so I'm letting you spit.
Here's where I refute. At the end of the day, those are still guys that did get at some point, whether it was through draft pick, whether it was through unrestricted free agency, whatever the case, niggas got picked.
Yes.
You're wearing an NFL jersey.
I'm just bringing it up because Carson Beck was such a high draft pick that we need to see what he can do.
I hear you, but you are a NFL talent. At this point, I don't care about the conjecture of did you make the 53-man roster. You're an NFL level talent. You've been there, you've done that, you know what it takes to compete against NFL talent. With that being said and stated, these are some of the same motherfuckers that you saw across from the line in various different games in college. With the way that the college game is designed now, it is so parallel to the point to where before we used to have these comedic conversations about could this SEC team, could this ACC team, could this Pac-12, could this Big Ten, we used to have these conversations about could these teams beat the Cleveland, even just the Cleveland Browns, just the New York fucking Jets. So when I compartmentalize those philosophical conversations, those comedic conversations, but then I bring it into reality. And it's like, after what I saw last night, I'm watching college guys. I'm watching not exactly, they're NFL guys. They're not exactly NFL guys. Go out there and put up fucking demon time, regardless of the situation that they're thrown into. I'm sorry, but were either of us thrown into that fire as journalists? No, we weren't. We're sitting on the fucking sidelines and we're commentating. Being a guy that's thrown into that fire, so much respect for them. I will go on record and say that is the most banger Hall of Fame game that I have ever in my life gotten to commentate. And I've commentated every Hall of Fame game since starting this channel.
No, it's the best one. Yeah.
Now, when I get into the intricacies of the game, Carson Beck, after a situation of where Jacoby Brissett was not necessarily out of all the quarterbacks of 32 teams that were starters last year, he did not have the easiest road to a contract for him. If I'm Jacoby, I'm worried. Off of one game, and it being the Hall of Fame game, I'm like, if I'm Jacoby, I'm like, all right, I got to show out when I get my opportunity. If I'm Jacoby, I'm thinking about every preseason game that I've ever played. Not fuck regular season. I'm thinking about how do I get through this mentality of just making sure that I'm the guy. Because Arizona, in my opinion, based off the money that they gave Jacoby, could very easily be like, Carson's the guy and we'll eat this. I see a Cleveland situation brewing, except without the same numbers. Where it's like, we paid you, but he's better. On the other side of Carolina, it's not a matter of is Bryce Young going to be the starter. Bryce Young is the fucking starter. So let's compartmentalize that. We're going to put that in a bottle. We're going to throw that bitch in the ocean. Bryce Young's out of this conversation. Let's talk about Kenny Pickett and Hayes King. I think that this is a situation where you need to be worried if you are Kenny Two Gloves. And I'm not even saying about the stats on the field. I'm not talking about the 155 passing yards through the third quarter. I'm not talking about the multiple touchdowns, not the one, but the two that he put up. I'm not talking about the rushing touchdown to win the motherfucking game, to put the North Carolina, come on and raise up. Take your shirt off. Twist it around your head like a helicopter. I'm not talking about what Haynes King did there. But what Haynes King did do was, to me, in my opinion, if I'm Canales, if I'm the quarterback whisperer, that Canales is the guy that developed Baker in Tampa. The guy that developed Baker in Tampa. The guy that was in Seattle prior. Yep. I was talking about this motherfucker. I just saw some shit. And I might have seen some shit that I might not have even seen from Bryce. And I also saw Bryce, after Kenny Pickett's set, not give Kenny Pickett the same morality, the same glory that he fucking gave Haynes King. You could say that, well, there is because they're closer in age. Shut the fuck up. They're all in the same age. They're all in the same grouping. So that's not an argument. That's lazy journalism. Bryce wants a backup because, like any good starter, wants a backup that will be competent and handle their business. There's a reason why I'll reference my own organization. I'll let Taco in a minute. There's a reason why my own organization is like, Mariota's still the backup, even as he at least mirrors a piece. It is a thing. There's a reason why it's not Sam Hartman. We just keep Sam Hartman as a fucking locker room guy. He's certain guys, certain things, they keep their job for a certain reason. Kenny Pickett, you're out of a fucking job. Whole Foods, rotisserie in the bag. And if I'm wrong about Kenny Pickett, someone please challenge me. If I'm wrong about what I assessed on film last night, someone please challenge me.
I don't think you're wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, TDS Taco.
Yo, what's poppin'?
We're recapping last night.
Oh.
What's your take?
My take is that I had said something to Robbie that I'm immediately going to probably have to walk back. I was like, yeah, this Carson Beck kid, he's really not going to matter. Yeah. I think Jacoby's just going to run, you're not really going to fuck with him. And then
you thought it was going to be rough shot.
My man came out here looking like, nah, bro, I'm here to fucking play. Like, you better know about me. I'm going to give you a reason to, as Mike Shinoda said, remember the name. You know what I mean? My man was balling. Now, I did see one of the balls that he put up for one of his receivers that got him laid the fuck out. So, that did have me a little bit like, oh, shit. He probably still needs to work on his placement and leading receivers. But, from a rookie, the numbers that he put up and the highlights that I saw, because I didn't watch the game, I saw highlights. Very impressive. Very much humble pie on week 1, episode 1, because I definitely heard of him, but I didn't really wasn't familiar with him. That's the good way to put it. And that's the beautiful part about training camp and preseason games.
Nigga, he played in a national championship. He put up numbers at Georgia.
But you know that I'm just now getting into college football. You know what I mean? Now me and the Fighting Irish got our team set up. we're gonna follow now, and I just.
And then you're gonna have to pick a new team when Freeman leaves in a year.
Well, I mean, we'll have to see. Hopefully, he doesn't leave. Hopefully, I can't have two football teams.
I have to deal with an angry commenter. With this being said, this is what happens. This is why we do this live, because like you guys get to capture me do all this. Look, these two niggas are like, y'all, you deal with that. No help. Y'all want to deal with them? I don't want to do this. Because I'm gonna put him in his place about the Raiders. Like, I don't feel like I have a whole segment where we're about to talk about the comment section. I'm gonna just let the singer know we're about to cover it on air.
Oh, okay.
I'm dropping him the link. I'm just gonna drop him the link, and I'll be like, we'll talk about your comment on air. Is that fair, or is that mean?
No. For what we're doing right now,
we will talk about your comment on air
in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, in a couple of minutes, because we have to talk about Jahmyr Gibbs and his signing. Ladies and gentlemen, Jahmyr Gibbs, he got a bag. He got a bag. Like, in all honesty, I'm not gonna say that I'm impressed just because he is Jahmyr Gibbs. So the money is 100% worth it. But what I am going to say, what I am going to bring up, let me get to my notes. 3 years, tree. Let me make sure I'm putting up the right amount of fingers. 3 years, 67.5 million, 22.5 million average per year, with the max value of the 75.75 million. That includes 51.5 million of that guaranteed. We love talking about players getting paid. We love talking about players getting their bag, because at the end of the day, they did the things that we couldn't do to get that bag. Jahmyr Gibbs. There is no David Montgomery back there. From a fantasy football standpoint, he is looked at as a 101, 102, 103. If you let him slip past that, I hate you. What are your thoughts, gentlemen? We'll let Taco start. Taco starts.
That's one.
I mean, money-wise, it seems like it's in line with what the running back or top running backs in the market are making. I think I see Bijan is making about 22.5. You got Barkley making about 20 million. So, Barkley reset the table, I would say, like maybe 2 years ago. So I was thinking that these guys might have gotten to a little bit higher on the per year. Because to me, for the kind of player that Jahmyr Gibbs, it does seem kind of low. But I understand that the running backs have a depreciated market, even though he does a lot of work in the passing game. With that said, I don't think that you can really go too far without taking these guys. I think the lowest you could probably take him is that 4 or 5 situation.
Mike, I need you to go, because I have to post our stream to Snapchat.
Here you go. Go, Taco. Keep
going. And like, I think it's a really tough situation with Gibbs, but I probably would agree that he's a top 2 pick in my opinion. It's those wide receivers around there that, I think they're good fallback options, but I wouldn't like Jamar Chase or Jahmyr Gibbs. I think I'd take Jahmyr Gibbs just because there's so many mouths there, or like Puka Nacua and Jahmyr Gibbs. probably take Jahmyr Gibbs because he feels a little bit safer. Puka's, while he's always playing, he does feel like he always has like a nagging injury or something. So he just scares me. And Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get a good chunk of the workload this year. So I think he has total breakout potential. He has total player one potential. He could look like an absolute monster without Monty there. But obviously there's cause to pause because the question is, how does his body handle up to that amount of treatment? But every time that he's taken full workload, he has been a top 3 back. So I think all systems are go between him and Bijan Robinson. Them having like the weights lifted, push them up to 1 and 2 in my board. I am partial to 3 down running backs that do get goal line. So I agree with you there.
Yeah. So
Mike, you get to go.
Yep, I'm going.
Spare me an extra minute after your take.
That's on. So yes, I do think it's warranted. Yes, it's not a reset now. I think the reset of the market. Yes, you're right about Barkley, but the real reset of the market happened 2 days ago, not 1 day ago, and that was when, or three or 4 days ago. I mean, when Bijan got his on the 5th, because Bijan got his now. So is it a sense of resetting the market, or is it a sense of next man up? And to me, this is a sense of next man up. If it would have been reversed, it's just that tad bit more. It's not enough more to sit there and say, oh, he's that much better than Bijan, or, bada bing, bada boom. Like you said, Robbie, in the intro to it, yes, there is no, I'm going to use both of your takes in right here. Yes, you said there is no more David Montgomery. Taco said that he likes 3 down running backs. This is what he is. But at the same time, you do have a guy like Pacheco back there to take a little bit of the workload off of the – and Pacheco, in my opinion, is not a guy that should or could be used like in the running game, in the passing game, like Gibbs whatsoever. Even being a Chiefs fan, Pacheco is not the same after the injury. But when it comes to the fantasy side of everything, here is where I think. I am still, and this is just me, I am still taking Bijan Robinson 10 out of 10 ahead of Gibbs.
So you have Bijan going at 101, 102. Who do you have?
I'm probably going Bijan, Jamar, then Gibbs.
Wait, Jamar Chase?
Yes.
So Bijan Chase, then Gibbs?
Yes.
All right. Here is what I am seeing in drafts. You guys were live with us for the Scott Fish Bowl. Were we one of the first pools of draft? Yes.
Yes.
We're going to ignore that. We're still drafting against sharks. Like it's still us against them. It's still our network, our little network against the bigger networks. At the end of the day, that's how you have to isolate it and break it the fuck down. This is a competition that we have done very well in many a times, no matter what year we've drafted out of. Last year was a fluke. That was our worst year ever. We had a fucked up phone. We couldn't really set lineups. Let's just call it what it is. We were down bad streaming last year. Like from a streaming standpoint, from a technological standpoint, we were down bad. If we were down bad streaming, we were down bad for sure setting fantasy lineups. With that being said, and with that being stated, I still like Gibbs a lot. The closer it gets to the season, the closer I'm like, in this Campbell system, in this Dan Campbell system, where they like to chew off kneecaps, the run is going to be heavily favored, which means, yes, Jamar is going to be heavily favored. But why would I not think that at some point Isaiah Pacheco is going to be an equalizer? at some point, especially when we get into Rumtober, November, I don't see a reason why Pacheco is not going to be of value. So I agree with Mike where when we talk about who I'm taking, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, it's gonna be Bijan because I'm guaranteed for me personally, I'm guaranteed the better workload. And I haven't had the injury history yet. Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't have the injury history, but he also has a back behind him that is a Super Bowl winning back. That is a good back. If you don't think that in Dan Campbell's system they're just gonna completely fucking abandon him, but I'm sorry, you're wrong.
But there's also something to be said for the fact that Tyler Algier was also there capping Bijan, so they both kind of had that, not a full workload kind of situation.
But did you really feel how many leagues did you have Bijan in? Where you really felt the effects of come on,
last year Bijan was not that great towards the end of the year. I had him on a team. He was
because
not
of what team he was on. Because of what team he was. That is the downside of dealing with Bijan. That had nothing to do with the target market share of fucking Tyler Algier.
Well, also Tyler was getting the goal line carries. That was screwing Bijan hard.
You now get into a point. You now get into a point of not who the 101 is. You now get into a point of do I handcuff? You're getting into a completely different conversation.
Let me just say one thing though, because the other variable that we have here is this is a new system for Bijan, and Gibbs has been established in the system. So there is a chance, and there is a world, and we've seen it, where the system just doesn't seem to favor Bijan as much as we had anticipated. And Gibbs, we know, is elite, and they use him well. And Dan Campbell and that offense already know what they're going to do with Gibbs. So I think, to me, it's a lot closer than you're making it. And they are, in my opinion, 1 and 2. I just do not trust that situation there with Chase because of the fact you do have T. Higgins. And with these two backs not having the quote unquote handcuff or the weight that they had before, I'm expecting them to get about 70% of the shares, including passing and running. And if that's the case, plus they're going to get goal line, they're elite. They are purely elite. They are game breakers. Whereas with Chase, there's going to be weeks that it's just not going to happen.
So I have one major problem with what you're saying. And it has nothing to do with Bijan, and it has nothing to do with Gibbs.
Yep.
Robbie, you know from the literal jump, that I was all in on a certain wide receiver. But when was the last time that T. Higgins has lived up to what we wanted him to live up to?
T. Higgins is an anomaly that I'm not going to touch on right now on this episode. All right.
Well, the reason I'm saying we got to touch on it a little bit is because he's saying the reason he's in on Gibbs is because of
we're going to do it. We're going to get into it.
It's that separator for me.
For me, the fact that we're even bringing in a wide receiver 2 who potentially could be viewed as a wide receiver 1A, who is being drafted as a 1A currently, even still in 2026. The way that I view that is, nigga, you can take those problems. It's like dealing with a baddie, right? And you know she's a baddie, but you also know she's toxic and she's gonna bring fucking negative shit into your life. That's the way that I view T. Higgins. If you know that she's gonna bring toxicity, why are you fucking with her? If you know that this could potentially be a detriment, why are you even fucking with it? That's why I'm like, why are we even bringing this into the formula? Because like we know this is a toxic recipe, so why is he even being brought up?
Well, it's in relation to Jamar Chase's work.
How? But we're talking about the 101 to the 104.
Well, what I'm saying is I put Gibbs and Bijan above Chase because of the fact that there's more shared workload for him compared to the other two. I'm an advocate of volume, and I always stand by that every year. That's why last year I was very high on CMC. I had said that he was going to be one of those top players. I look at that situation for Jahmyr Gibbs, and his volume upside to me is more volume upside than Jamar Chase. Like, he has a safer floor of workload than Jamar Chase does. And that's why, to me, every single time, those two guys are 1 and 2. And it's a tier break for me when I go to the wide receivers. Like, it's legit different tier. They're a tier down.
There's obviously tier breaks.
Because I'm just comparing it because
question.
Mike has Jamar Chase and Gibbs flipped. So I'm making the advocate case of why I see it as more of the running backs are a tier break above Chase. That's kind of where I'm going.
Okay. So you're just RB heavy. Get it. That's fine.
Just for
I'm the same way. But here's where I differ. Given the analysis that I have now, I'm doing this after the signing. I'm not gonna front the signing a little bit because you're now a prized possession, which means we don't need to run you into the ground. If I am Dan Campbell, I am looking at Isaiah Pacheco like, you could sneak some of this shit. You could do some of this shit. I'm not saying that Jahmyr Gibbs is not going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is still going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. He's still going to win you a fucking league. He is still going to bring you to a championship. I'm not saying that. But when I look at the top 3, the top 4, I'll even extend it to the top 4. I have no problems at 101 going Bijan over Gibbs. Am I going to do it personally? Probably not. Fuck no. Because we already saw what I did live on camera before this news. You're not. And what did everyone say at the draft room? Are you not worried about him not signing? I'm not worried. But I understand from the viewer's standpoint the willingness of when we talk about a 101 of going Bijan.
Yeah.
I don't think that I would go Chase.
No.
To me, Chase is a 103. And I am confident in that. I am okay with that. I could go on record as that. For me, it is a Bijan to Gibbs to Chase.
No.
I don't even mind a Gibbs to Bijan to Chase. But I just don't think that this is the year that anyone should be reaching. There's a different combination of ways to build your team. So me saying what I'm saying means shit.
I personally have.
But with that being said, I'm gonna hammer home at take one of these running backs if you're at that 103 to 104.
At 103, I guess I would buck
We're
the
talking
trend.
about 101.
101 and 102, I have Bijan and Gibbs. Like, you could flip them depending on how you feel and what team you like, what schedule you prefer, like all those little variable things that you want to say. I can do that. 103 for me is CMC. And I probably have Bijan as my 101. And I probably have Gibbs as my number 102. And I have CMC as my 103. And then I have Chase at my 104.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you put out a take that's maybe Leafs. I know that you're watching. Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, maybe you like that's not the topic though. Like that's not.
Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't. Oh. I feel you. I feel you though.
Because you had said like your top 4, so I just kind of went back there.
No, our top 4. We were just talking about Jahmyr Gibbs and his signing.
Oh yeah, well, the Jahmyr Gibbs signing is great, and he's going to be elite.
Getting into our very next topic, Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs goes to the Commanders who already have Terry, Jaden as a field general, Chig as a tight end, Zach Ertz is in the background working out with fucking Andrew Luck. Wide receiver 3 does need to be figured out. But the topic is Stephon Diggs. 1 year, $12 million. He gets to come home. He gets to reunite with Nick Cross on the defense, Chig Kwanu on the offense. He's back with his Maryland boys. Thoughts on this, Mike?
Okay. So I'm typing you something real quick. Okay, so here's my thing. I want to address something before I want to address Diggs. And that is the other statement that you just made.
Did you just send me one? Did you just send me one?
No, I am in the middle of doing one. What do you want on it?
Fuck. Send me what you're. I don't even know what you're working on. I don't even know. Tefimo.
So here's the thing. I do think they have the wide receiver 3.
Tefimo, because I'm dropping a video.
Okay, I do think they have the 3. And I think it's Antonio Williams. I think that's who's going to end up being the 3. I just want to say that out loud. But for Diggs, I do think this is a good move. To me, this is, I'm probably going to get yelled at. Not yelled at. I mean, Robbie's going to yell at me on this one. I think this is a lateral move from Deebo Samuel. But here's the reason why.
Wow, that's bold. That's bold.
No, but here's
you think the guy that was in the Super Bowl is a lateral from Deebo.
The reason I think Diggs is a lateral move from Deebo isn't because of what you get from Diggs on the field. It's what you get from Cardi B's baby daddy off the field.
But Deebo wasn't a head case. Deebo didn't have an issue.
That's what I'm telling you. Deebo not having the head case is better for the team. Having the addition of all the headpiece, 15 minutes away from where the homeboy grew up and went to college.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say.
The juice might not be worth the squeeze.
The way that David Sampson was able to keep that 90s Marlins team in Miami under control, I think we can do this. Because we do have a GM that can take things under control.
David Sampson is now working for Levitard. That's all I got to say.
David Sampson brought the motherfuckers the World Series.
Stephon Diggs has also brought yachts and hoes.
We like yachts and hoes. That was a bad joke.
And the pink stuff.
That was what I just said was that was a dark hole that I just went down.
Oh, pause.
That was a Fred.
Pause.
Pause. But that was a Fred Smoot, Dan Schneider hole that I just went down for Washington fans. Whoa. I'm sorry.
But am I going to be drafting Diggs in redraft?
Fuck yeah. He was wide receiver 17 last year.
I'm going to have to.
But it's a different situation.
I'm not saying I'm going to draft him as my WR2.
I'm taking him.
Taco. Because he's in different situations.
We're not Robbie.
I get that. Like, I'm not drafting him that high. Like, yes, he was WR17 last year. But I'm not drafting him as WR17. And I don't think you need to draft him as WR17 to get him. Take it away, Taco.
I mean, Mr. Pinky is, I don't know, man. It's a weird situation. I know what he did last year, but he did taper off near the end. And Who said that it was like a lateral move from Debo though?
I did.
That nigga.
Dude,
Because
he's such a better wide receiver.
no,
Like
I'm saying
Debo's
because
big
of what
thing
you.
is that-
No, I'm not saying on the. I'm saying overall package because of what
I
you
mean,
don't.
I don't know. I think that if I don't know what was wrong with Debo, but from a football standpoint, I think that on the field, yes. Off the field, I mean, off the field last year, they still went to a Super Bowl with his crazy shit. So it's kind of hard to say that it really hurt them anything that he did. I just don't. I think he's kind of like one of those guys now that's like a hired gun, and if the QB and the wide receiver get along, he'll be able to stay. So Jaden Daniels, I feel like he seems like a leader. I feel like he's someone that he'll be able to.
He seems like a leader.
Well, we're gonna find out. It's gonna be a situation
live.
So I just think that it'll be interesting to see. I think that Daniels can work with him. I think he'll be good. I don't see him being a wide receiver too, though. I think that
I want to fight you.
That's actually an interesting question. He could be a wide receiver 3. Like I could take him as a wide receiver 3 with upside to be a wide receiver 2. I can kind of see him fitting into that mold.
You want to take wide receiver 17 as of last year?
Yes. Because you have Terry McLaurin there now. Last year, he didn't have anyone close to what Terry McLaurin
Now you want to suck Terry McLaurin's dick.
I'm not sucking Terry McLaurin's dick, but who you taking first? Who's your wide receiver 1?
So who's more scary? Who's more scary, Taco? Because that's a fucking conversation in DC.
No, it's definitely not a conversation.
That's
Terry
a real conversation, Taco.
Terry is significantly better right now.
You make me want to fucking drink.
Oh, please get out of here. Wide receiver 17 on a team that had no one else.
Get out of here. You get out of here.
They had booty back there. They had booty.
You're lucky with coworkers.
Who did they have? They had no wide receivers over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that if the Rumboyz had an office, if we had cubicles, I would jump over this nigga's cubicle and I would scrap him.
And
I'd probably lose. I'd probably lose because he's bigger than me.
He would be the number 1.
I'm mad at you.
Yeah, well, we all know I hit them winners.
Who has more trophies?
I don't know. I got a lot in the big leagues too. So, like, you know what I mean? This year's league, let's fucking go. Let's get serious.
Well, I haven't announced it yet, but I guess I'll announce it now.
Just
Fans League. I'm gonna chop this. Fans League. I'm gonna probably have 2. Not probably. We are gonna have 2. And you'll get to compete against us 3 plus more. And we'll really see who fucking is about that life. I'm also, Mike, should I announce a giveaway?
A giveaway?
Tease the giveaway.
Huh?
Tease the giveaway.
Oh,
I feel like I should just leak it.
Tease the giveaway now and do it after halftime.
All I'm gonna say is that if you want a jersey, preferably a football kit, because they're more expensive. Those are more expensive. If you want to get your favorite player of your favorite team of your favorite sport, you should probably help get us a 3K. You should probably help get us a 3K. Your boy has money now. Your boy has motion. If you want to get a jersey, get us a 3K before the start of the regular season. We're talking hockey. We're talking NFL. We're talking MLB. We're talking football. This is where I really want my football fans to stand out. This is like where I really want my football fans to stand out. Yes. Let me just say this before we get into halftime. The scariest thing in the NFC East is a healthy Jaden Daniels. If Jaden is back with this roster, even with Diggs showing up to his first day of camp today, Diggs had a TD. That was just a work of man. But Terry still stole the whole fucking show. If you mean to tell me that you don't know who the fuck to guard, because that's what's about to happen. You're about to not know who's going to guard who. The business reference call came in from his little brother Trayvon, who was a corner for the Dallas Cowboys when Dan Quinn was there.
He didn't look so good last year.
Listen, for all I know I said on my reel that I'm not going to make any more jokes. For all the Cardi B's baby daddy jokes, for all the digs in your booty jokes, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the Washington Diddy party.
Whoa. That one too. Nasty bastard.
Let's go, Diggs. Hold up. Oh, fuck.
I just did that I did that while we were on air.
Now I have to stream it.
Yeah, I know. If you don't stream it, I'm not going to be happy with you.
I'm going to need a link. Either that or I'm going to have to buy a DAZN subscription.
You'll get it.
Instagram. You guys get a leak tonight. If you don't follow me on Instagram, if you don't follow us on Instagram, Mike, do you want to say it? Now's the time. Go ahead. If you don't follow us,
oh, you better be following us.
If you wanted to save a graphic,
this is the graphic. Because you're gonna get a boner. I'm proud of this.
Mañana.
I am proud of this graphic.
On the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into halftime, we have an announcement. Fighting out of the red corner, we have Tefimo Lopez, who we have made a whole lot of money off of. But fighting out of the blue corner, we have another fighter that we've made a lot of money against. But he's a damn good fighter, and he stands a puncher's chance because he has also taken money from this network. Rory Romero going down live on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, ladies and gentlemen. Graphic brought to you by Drop the Mic FF. Tune in on Instagram after this show, and you'll get the graphic. You'll get the fucking spotlight. Like you already know what it is.
Taco, I'm gonna send it to you on Twitter.
Cool.
That bitch is nasty. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz girls want to do. We will see you on the other side of the show.
Yo, tune into the Rumboyz, where the fantasy kings reside. Rumboyz Robbie dropping jams, got the league on our side. From the waiver wire to the trade block, we scheming like pros. Building squads to smash the books, watch the haters hit the road. Prop bet popping off, we cashing on the underdogs. Bark, Vegas lines getting crushed, leave us in city in the dark. Over on the yards, other on the picks, we calling it precise. Rumboyz Network got the sauce, turning dubs into a vice. Rumboyz, hype train rolling through the grid all night. Setting lineup, static night. Winning league, it's feeling right. Beating Vegas every Sunday, stacking chips like it's our throne. Dilly dilly to the doubters, pour it up, we on the zone. Rumboyz, fancy fire. Rumboyz, bets on fire. From the pod to the payout, we the squad that takes it higher. Dilly dilly. Scrolling through the Discord vibes, raw like a rookie can't rush. Rumboyz crew dissecting matchups, no fluff, just a hush. Receivers torching corners, we said it first, now the check's clear. Running it back for the boom, while the books drowning beer. League champs crown themselves with our weekly hot takes. Sleepers waking up, Giants bust getting the breaks. From zero to hero, your roster's reborn in the booth. Rumboyz Fantasy Network, spitting truth, chasing loot. Hey, hit play on the pod, let the energy surge. We the pulse of the playoffs, making grown men converge. Properly anytime TD, we nail it, no sweat. Vegas sweating bullets while we feast on the bed. Rumboyz, hype train rolling through the grid all night. Setting lineup, static night. Winning leagues, feeling right. Beating Vegas every Sunday, stacking chips like it's our throne. Dilly dilly to the doubters, pour it up, we on the zone. Rumboyz, fancy fire. Rumboyz, bets on fire. From the pod to the payout, we the squad that takes it higher. Dilly dilly. So raise your glass to the Rumboyz, we're always in the game. Winning props, crushing lines, putting leagues to shame. Subscribe, smash that like join the fam today. Rumboyz forever, now go winning dilly dilly all the way. Rumboyz.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy El Capitan Robbie J of the Rumboyz Fantasy Sports Network here at the NFL Players Association 2019 Rookie Premiere with Nate Bosa, with my co-host Ty Boogie, all the Rumboyz and girls out there tuning in. We are sitting down with the number one draft pick, the one and only Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins, Hollywood, with Drew Lock, no other than Andy Isabella, Miles Boykin. We are sitting with Benny Snell Jr., Easton Stick, Bryce Love, UGA's own the big dog of the Bulldogs, Riley Ridley.
How you doing?
It's Friday. We all got jobs. We got an interview to do. National championship winner, NFL draftee, TJ Hawkinson, Iowa Hawkeyes. What is good, brother?
Hey, it's good to be here.
Hey, welcome. ACCR, right?
Oh, you already know.
Hail to the Redskins.
I gotta ask, you're gonna play the Browns? Like, are you gonna just burn them again? What you think you do? I mean,
I think the media put us against each other. I like them so.
You're friends.
We were in a hot tub time machine, bro.
Yeah, he's cool. He plays video games just like me. That's what we really do.
Gotta find something.
For me, be able to break the all-time rushing leader in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the UK O-line, man. Y'all did that.
When you wake up in the morning, you don't want to have to feel like you're doing work.
Exactly.
You want to feel blessed and excited to do what you're doing day in and day out. And I can truly say that.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly dilly. That was live, man.
Give me a minute. That moment of silence after you come back, that like moment of like, all right, I had a little break ski. I'm feeling like Jalen Brunson. Taco, that was your moment to fucking get hyped, damn it.
Better feel like Jalen Brunson than Jalen Brown.
I don't know. Jalen Brown's probably feeling pretty good about himself. And that's the perfect time for us to segue into the next topic. Really quick. Jersey giveaway has been announced. Fight night on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network has been announced. Those drops happen live here on air. Get it to 3K, you get a jersey. Fucking attend fight night. that might even get you a second drawing into the fucking jersey giveaway. So like that's how we're working it. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it. The Giants suck. The Yankees suck. The Royals suck. The Chiefs suck.
The Commanders suck.
No. The Commanders are great. You already know that.
You don't have to throw my team into it then.
I don't even know why I brought the Royals into this shit. Like
Because they are sucking. Just like the Yankees.
It's not even your team though. Like I just did it. I just took a shot just because.
I thought you were taking shots at teams and then you were going to circle back and say the Dodgers are good. I thought that's where you were going.
We're going to circle back to what you brought up about the NBA. Starting off our second half, ladies and gentlemen, our investigative piece of the night, Taco, you might want to start researching about the Kawhi Leonard situation and the most recent updates. We do have more updates. I know that we talked about this last week. But this nigga just can't stop committing fraud, chat. Like I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how else to put it other than where the fuck is this money going? Cheers to me, cheers to you, all the rum boys and girls. What it do, dilly dilly. Mike.
We cheered with liquid, he cheered with goldfish.
I appreciate him for that. Mike.
Yes.
Have you heard about, I mean, obviously you heard about the cap circumvention, but have you heard about the new details in regards to the Kawhi Leonard situation?
I am, yes, but not.
You're brought up to speed.
Yes.
So, Mike, do you want to divulge or do you want me to?
No, you go ahead, sir, and then I will go off of that.
Fair enough. Give me 2 seconds. I honestly was hoping that you would take this.
Problem is I am not comfortable enough knowing the exact details, and I don't want to speak out of turn on air.
All right. So with the Kawhi situation. So first off, if let me just preface it this way. If any of us had a player for our team that was reaping these benefits in this manner, one, we would be very defensive over the player because we're a fan of said team and of said player. But we would have to deal with the brunt of we are guilty in the matter in that we kind of had to cheat in order to get our way. First, I want to bring this up that I think that the reason why this is not a bigger deal is that one, multiple owners are doing it. Two, so they're all trying to bury it. They're all trying to keep it secret. Two, I don't think the NBA wants a bigger black eye than what it already has.
Agreed.
I allegedly had another, not one, not two, motherfucker 3 multi-million-dollar sponsorships with the Clippers. This time it's with a sports manufacturer. So the first time it was very small. And it was from our previous investigations, from Pablo Torres' previous investigations, with Aspiration Financial. Aspiration being a tree planting company in which Kawhi was part of that agreement was he was supposed to actually show up and plant fucking trees for the benefit of impoverished neighborhoods. The second deal, it was supposed to be that he was a silent partner, but all the rest of the partners, for some reason, got revealed. But He was also supposed to be like this big piece as an investor. Apparently, never invested in it. He never actually invested into it. He was supposed to be a part of the Rhode Island FC. Shout out to the MLS. So we have a story that crosses over into other sports that we also cover. Well, I'm sorry, USL. It was a USL team. It was a second league team. But then we have this issue here where, bitch, you were supposed to be the spokesperson, the endorser for the whole billboard that goes around the Clipper Stadium in Inglewood. And did no promo, nothing. Now, Article 13 of the NBACA states that if you're receiving payment for services, then you must somehow return those services. Not in those words. They're more strict and more legal than that. Taco, you're our NBA guy. How do you feel about this?
Well, I mean, it's pretty clear and blatant what this is. I mean, it's kind of the operator's, the standard procedure and how everything works in America. This shit is a payoff, Ponzi scheme, money under the table. Fuck you, pay me. Like, he got hooked up from a Jumbotron company. They said, who the fuck used the NBA player to do a Jumbo?
Taco, you ready for this?
Yeah.
From your political journalism standpoint, you're going to enjoy this part of the story. Do you want to know where Daxtronics, the sponsor that was for the billboard, was prior to all of this? Mike, when did the building first start in Inglewood? When did ground break? 2020, right?
Somewhere right around there, yeah. It was right, right. It was right then before COVID.
Taco, when do you think the spike happened?
Like right when they started.
Daxtronics was almost bankrupt from 2018 to 2019. To Mike's investigator reporting that he just broke down, the stock did not creep up until then, which is to be expected. Taco, I'm going to let you continue. When do you think that it hit its highest, though?
When did it hit its highest?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, from my understanding, it was under some point under Kawhi, and I think the bigger point is that it was a running inside joke. I was listening to Pablo Torre. So running inside joke inside the office that this shit was a Ponzi scheme payoff for Kawhi. Like, it was a joke inside the building. Like, that's how blatant it was. And the question that I have is,
it was a joke to the point that it was on the record.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, the question that I really have is, if this is taking place in an NBA one team, what other teams is that going with? And I think there's a famous team that you'd be really interested to think about is, Jalen Brunson did take a little bit less money. And there was some
is Taco going full investigative journalism to investigate his own team?
Tory had dropped some hints about some things before, because of how they got him and what things happened, and he let it die. And I'm not going to push anything, but it's pretty smart.
Push it. We're on this show. We're on this show.
Yeah, but think about it like this. He's really smart to start. He's really smart to start that podcast because it creates a lot of media opportunities that, just random people want to have your show on their network or at their venue or for Fanatics Fest or for whatever it is. And now you're just getting paid to get paid. And, MSG Dolan knows people that know people. Right. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, yeah, Jalen, we're going to have this, bring your podcast.
Cook,
you know what I mean?
Cook, nigga, cook.
So, like, I'm just saying, like, if you were gonna do it, like, it makes sense what they did because from an ethical standpoint, I mean, he's just a dude with a podcast, and whoever wants to sponsor sponsors. But he's also the point guard for the Knicks. So, is there anything up and under with it? No, unless he knew that there'd be a couple of people already there that said, "Boy,
Taco.
don't you worry. You take a little bit less, and we're gonna pump you right away. You're gonna be our number one guy."
And they use his dad as the reason because they're saying that the reason that he took the less money is because dad is in the building.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, avoid some taxes like that too.
Hey, when don't nobody.
Jalen, I'm
Listen.
sorry, you're the king of New York. I didn't mean that. Somebody delete the footage. I never said any
No.
of this shit. Put that
Hey.
Jalen back in the box.
Hey,
Did he
that
get a handout?
man. No, Taco. I respect the.
Okay.
Hey, journalist is journalist. Journalist is journalist. Like, do you know what I had? Do you know the crow that I had to eat when I had to fucking investigate the boat scandal with fucking Fred Smoot and Dan Schneider and all the shit, bro? Journalist is journalist.
I mean, I'm just happy he got it.
Journalist is journalist.
We ain't
You
never
just
got
went
to
there.
worry.
Journalist is
Like,
journalist. You just went there.
I'm just happy we got one already, so we don't ever have to worry. Like, you're immortalized, bro. You'll always be taken care of.
Journalist is
Showing up
journalist.
on
You
back.
just went there, and that was so hard hitting. And I hope that you guys realize that you fucking just got that. That was crazy. Because I watched the Pablo Torres episode, and I did not pick up on that in depth as you did, and I'm sure you being a fan, you probably did, but like I don't even think I picked it up as big as Mike did because Mike voiced you before I could even like jump behind and be like, oh fuck, nigga, like that's crazy. That's crazy.
So what exactly happened at Fanatics Fest? Is it just the pod?
Jalen Brunson got money underneath the table to fucking basically like attend.
Well, I mean, you're assuming. I'm just saying, like, it would make sense, like, you know, because he got sponsored to be there. I mean, he just did win the title, but
I mean,
the whole
like $1,000 for me to sign your card type shit. Like, I mean, people do those fees all the time, like especially in like the Comic-Con world. But like the way he kind of went about it, it did seem a little bit shady.
I wouldn't know if it's shady, but it's like you put him onto the right business connections, and you know, instead of finding another podcast, there's no looking. Jalen, you're our guy, you know. I mean, is that shady? Or is that a quid pro quo? If you sign and take this deal, there's 3 other deals that are waiting for you.
And I think that's what lawyers are going to have to litigate in this situation is that.
And this is where also
maybe Kawhi did not have to show up for these services.
But bro, this is also where, you know what I mean, my boy got caught on tax evasion.
There's nothing.
But at the end of the day, he was leaning. He knew how to diversify his shit, so you couldn't catch him. You know, in most cases, and that's where you know you never caught him with his hands dirty. They did kind of catch the books a little bit, but with the way they, you know, you could craft it, particularly in the media market that he's in. You know, it becomes very easy for people to do deals with Brunson. And if Dolan knows all the executives, all you got to do is, you know, kind of be like, hey, don't worry.
We know James Dolan. We know James Dolan, and I'm not.
But that's not to say
I'm not doing that.
We're just going down rabbit holes and talking about that stuff. Kawhi Leonard actually did that shit.
All right, Taco. Again, journalist to journalist. Can you admit that this is the most groundbreaking? Okay.
No, Mike, Pablo hit on that. I'm just bringing it what he said.
Outside of the Gianno Infantino investigation, which we have been piloting very heavy. We have been on the forefront of that. Outside of the Gianni Infantino, is this probably the biggest investigative piece in sports history?
I don't know about sports history, but here's the problem that I have with this. In the recent history, yes, because if you're gonna go sports history, we can go Black Sox scandal. We can go.
I want you to take your analyst cap off and
No.
journalist cap on.
No, you are. Here's the issue that I have, and it's kind of where Taka was leaning when he brought up Villanova Brunson. The problem that I see, one thing is this. Well, I'm going to go a different direction first because I'm going to bring something up. You're a Laker fan. I'm a Laker fan.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about the Lakers, but that team that plays in the Intuit Dome has always been the Lakers' little brother. And even when they had Lob City and they had Chris Paul and Jordan and
there was envy.
There was always envy, and the whole thing was, they're not going to do good until they go to a new dome, whatever. You literally replaced Donald Sterling and his racist ass scandal with another fucking scandal.
God, let that man cook.
Ballmer comes in with the promise that I am going to resurrect this. I am going to be the person that's going to save the team. I'm going to build the stadium right next to the Forum.
It's FIFA mirrored. It's FIFA mirrored.
Hold on. They build a stadium across the parking lot from where Showtime was.
It's FIFA mirrored. Holy
It's in the
fuck.
same parking lot as the fucking Forum. And then you have all this. But the problem that I see with this is Ballmer might be one of the richest mofos in the world. He might be. But the problem is there's a lot of other mofo people that have lawyers and have people under the table. I'm afraid that eventually there might be somebody in another sport.
Okay, can I ask both of you? Can I ask both of you this? And I mean this wholeheartedly.
Yes, I'm sexy.
I mean, and you know it.
I'm sexy. I know it.
2 questions. Do we fear that the reason why this is not being made, because in normal circumstances, in previous regimes, this would have been made a bigger deal outside of the red card, like Balgan era. But like, I feel like since then, the thought process is like they've changed legality wise. So like, there's that aspect. Like, do you think that plays into this, and maybe that's why it's being covered up? But like, is there this aspect of like, bitch, we've all been doing this. We don't want to get caught up.
I think it's part of that.
Like the NFL rolled Dan Schneider underneath the bus, and they were all doing the same shit that Dan Schneider was doing.
I think it's part of that. I think it's part of are we all doing this under the table a little bit? But this is a bigger, like we were doing with crumbs, but they're doing. We were doing it with hamburger meat, but they're doing it with freaking filet mignon. I think that's where it could be. The other thing is, this could be such a hairy situation that they can't.
It's very hairy. It's very hairy.
No, it is. But I'm saying it's such a. Let me finish because I'm gonna wrap it up at the very end. The issue that I have is it can be such a hairy situation that even though you have people like Pablo Torre and people like that have info, they don't want to release.
Here too, damn it.
No, I know, but I'm saying like the league doesn't want to release anything and statement, because this is something that reminds me in the sense of like the Balco shit in baseball, where it is literally a stack of paper. They can't do a report until they have the entire report, because the layers of the freaking thing went so deep that if they release bit by bit, it's actually worse.
It's Shohei all over again. It's Shohei all over again.
I'm talking like the PED shit, and then they finally come in. Like I'm talking like the.
I know what you're saying, but like what I'm saying is like from like my standpoint is like as a journalist, like the way that Shohei story was done, it was so thorough and it was so like bang 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 bang. You're right, where it's like it's dangerous at this point. is dangerous for a journalist to step into the story and trying to like even Pablo is already in fucking muddy waters where he probably shouldn't be. Because now you're now you're dealing with rich, desperate people. Because this company's evaluation was shit. But now you have a whistleblower from the company that's coming out and that's giving you all the dirty. Like, to Taco's standpoint, like, I don't know. Between the Terry Rozier, between this, I don't know how the NBA regains integrity to the public. Like, I cannot in full faith come on here and be like, we're betting on NBA tonight, chat. Like, I can't do that.
But here's the other question before all that talk will go right after this. This is obviously going to be big. This is going to prove. This is going to be in my opinion, right now, the defining moment in Adam Silver's legacy as the commissioner.
It's Gianni Infantino, nigga. It's Gianni Infantino.
But I mean, when you think about it from the perspective in which he handled it, the trade was made from Clippers to Raptors. The Raptors guy was like the head of like the I would say like ethics committee or something like that.
Yeah. He pulled a UEFA. He pulled back. He was like, yeah, I ain't doing this shit.
And what happened is the league came in and said, any suspension that happens will go with the new team, which then caused the Raptors to say, no, we don't want to do this deal with Kawhi yet. We'll wait for the investigation. And then as kind of like Robbie says, the stack continues. And it was almost like Adam knew, don't make this deal, Raptors, because you will keep whatever suspension is coming because something is coming.
Yes.
And there's no way that you can't have something coming once you have 3 different places that have now shown up. Both the player and the organization must face some accountability to do what you said, Robbie, maintain faith and equity within the league. So they have no choice here now. And what they need to do is they need to make it so hard right now that if there's thing going on anywhere else, that it gets buttoned up and they don't have to do another investigation because they don't want to keep pulling the string and seeing Terry and that because that's bad for the public facing of the league. So what they need is they need to come down hard. They need to come down swift. And so far, Adam Silver has made it pretty clear that, you know what, don't go anywhere, boy, because you and your owner are going to have, and I don't mean it like that, you know, the owner.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Are going to have some reckoning. It's going to be a reckoning. And Ballmer, I mean, he should be forced to have to sell the team.
Dude, yes!
It might happen. It might happen.
Yeah, you should be forced to have to sell the team. And could you imagine you just built that stadium? How the hell does that work?
Hey, I close our investigative piece with that right there from Taco. Fellas, damn good shit. I can't say enough about how good that was. Do we feel like the Dodgers are really ruining baseball with the signing of Terry Screwball?
No.
Tariq?
Yeah, Tariq.
No.
I see them play Wednesday. Hey, this is a good point to point out. IRL. We are IRL again. Dodgers game coming up. Mike, we're Dodgers fans. I want to get your take. I feel like no.
Well, my simple thing on this is one, we all know it's a Taco will even know this. Well, Taco's smart enough to even agree with me on this part. It's a rental. We paid for a rental. It's a trade. We didn't sign him. We traded for him. What I say to the people, the players, the teams that complain, or the fans that complain with their teams is, we literally just trade. No, I'm talking on the Scooble only. It was literally 3 prospects. Any other team could have offered 4 prospects, and we wouldn't have they could have made a better deal.
Yeah,
Really?
On this for Scuba only. I'm not talking
man.
the bigger picture.
We're gonna have to go back to the tinfoil hats. Get the investigative pads out again, boys.
Mike, do you want to pass? Do you want to pass and let him cook? We're gonna let him cook because
I want to see him falter.
So
go ahead, Taco.
First and foremost, that is if they were allowed to put in a better deal for the Dodgers, because I don't know if you saw what KFC Barstool has been saying.
I don't watch.
I find in the beginning I thought it was funny, but now it's kind of interesting. They think that everyone's kind of letting the Dodgers get some of these guys to force a salary.
We went off investigative journalism to fucking conspiracy theories.
Nope. This is what, because there's a big labor. There's a big labor.
I'm challenging you right now. Do you wholeheartedly believe that?
I think that most of the league, when you look at this, has a problem.
The athlete in me is not letting you.
Let me finish here. Hold on. Let me finish here. The Dodgers have the only have a unique deal in baseball compared to every other team, and that was because the previous team had went bankrupt. And when that team went bankrupt, the league gave them a special TV contract deal that allowed them to keep more revenue than any other team, which is giving them substantial more money right now than everyone else until I think it's like 2040, which has allowed them to continuously spend more than anyone else because of this additional revenue that they have. With that point being said, it allows them to do things and stretch players in ways that we have never seen before. To do what you did with Shohei Ohtani, who you stretch and put money for like the next 40 years after he's done playing baseball to circumvent the cap and then to continuously sign players after that, because you have the luxury of a unique TV deal that gives you more money than everyone else. Yes, that's not good for the sport. And at the end of the day, the hardest thing to enable within this sport is a salary cap, because there's no way that they want to allow a salary cap, because that's going to limit the players, limit the upside. And at the end of the day, where this all goes is that some people think that they might have to funnel everyone to the Dodgers in order for them to kind of break and get to the point where they say, yeah, we need to have a salary cap here because this is getting absolutely ridiculous. And Mike, I disagree with, I guess, from a technical standpoint, he's a rental because he doesn't have any more years on his contract. But there's no way in my mind, after him making that trade to the Dodgers and with Tucker not playing the way he is supposed to, they need to maintain a pitching staff in order to balance out that team and to stay competitive. And with the amount of money that they have from that TV deal,
here's my jaw rule clapback. Here's my jaw rule clapback, which he lost that beef, by the way. Here's my clapback. Motherfucker, we still gotta play games. That's first off.
Oh yeah, that's why
that's first off. That's first off. Second off, he does have games where he does choke.
Who?
Scooble.
Yeah. Oh well, let's look at Tucker. That's wasted money.
I'm not. At the end of the day, runs gotta be hit. Pitches gotta be struck out. This whole business. Like me as an athlete, I've played every sport growing up. As an athlete, if you told me that I have to have this financial bullshit of an excuse as to why this person is now better than me, I'm sorry, but there are players that get on the pitch and they're like, Messi's better than me. But they also know, nigga, I gotta fucking face Messi. I better wake the fuck up and do this.
But the team is ridiculous.
As an athlete, there's never been a time where I may know that another athlete they could be dead to rights better than me. I don't give a fuck. if I get one hit off you, if I get one catch off of you, if I get one fucking goal off of you, if I get one fucking drive for 360 off of you, you're cooked. Sometimes in sports, all you need is one. So this idealistic ideology of, oh, the MLB is cooked. Oh, we're not going to have baseball next year.
Oh, well, that's different. That's
okay. I'll say that. I may stretch there. They're two different things. But this idea of like we're automatically going to a fucking World Series, suck my dick.
You're gonna go for your third straight World Series.
Hold on, because if we don't win the World Series with the lineup that we have, that just strengthens the players' agreement even more. For why not to sign a CBA?
Why? If y'all win 3 in a row,
here's the thing.
They're gonna want changes.
You literally in order for
the National League never had someone win 3
in order for the players' whole thing is the Dodgers built the super team. The fans' whole thing is the Dodgers built the super team, and if they win a World Series, we're not getting that. That is the case.
This is your 3rd World Series, not your 1st.
How many times did the Yankees get World Series? Multiple times in a row.
Oh, this is different. We homegrew our players. You signed everyone.
No, you didn't.
Derek Jeter, homegrown. Mariano Rivera, homegrown. Andy Pettit, homegrown. Jorge Posada, homegrown. Bernie Williams, homegrown.
So what? Okay, so what? So we paid. I'll admit this. We paid.
Yeah.
You can't pay? You're that broke?
That was back then.
You're that broke?
Johnny Damon.
Whoa,
You can name both. You can name homegrown and not homegrown.
Johnny Damon wasn't in those years.
But what Robbie's saying is you can name homegrown for both teams.
What carried us back then in the 90s wasn't paid acquisition.
You're upset. You're upset. Hold on. Your whole argument is, well, the Red Sox couldn't pay Mookie, but
so we used our homegrown to get Mookie.
But you also had the unfair money advantage.
You're upset because someone else didn't pay Mookie. We got Mookie. You're upset because someone didn't pay Shohei. Because someone didn't pay Shohei, we got Shohei. Because someone didn't fucking pay Pages, we got Pages. Because somebody didn't fucking pay Freddie Freeman. Because niggas didn't pay fucking Freddie Freeman when they should have. That's the biggest key.
Like
I haven't even got on Freddie. I haven't even got on Freddie.
Which one of your guys did you get at value? Which one of those guys was at value? None of them. They were all at the top.
How long has Max Muncy been a Dodger?
Okay, one guy.
Will Smith, homegrown.
What
so
guy?
You can't say you can't sit there and say no.
This is what I'm saying. Like this whole like argument of like, well, y'all niggas ain't do it. No, y'all niggas ain't pay.
You had one guy.
And here's the thing. We didn't pay. We didn't pay as much as we could have.
No one could have did a stretch.
We could have paid so much more.
No, you couldn't, because you have money stretched out for years.
Exactly.
For years.
Exactly. We got that big dick.
That is the bullshit that we're talking about. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. If you're gonna pay a dude $80 million, you pay him $80 million right there. Or you should be
allowed. You should also, as the second biggest market, you should also be able to flex your fucking priorities and do what the fuck you gotta do. You know what? Y'all don't.
Look at the Mets. They flexed and where are they? We head into the playoffs again. We're gonna be in the dance.
All right, so there's no fucking science. There's no science that proves paying players wins you a championship.
It's an unfair competitive advantage.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
The TV rights giving them money that no other team has.
We deserve it. We didn't get those TV rights before when we sucked.
Because y'all went broke. Y'all filed bankruptcy. Y'all filed
And
bankruptcy
then we
like
found
the broke boys.
fucking money. You act like
Y'all
y'all can't
found money.
know. Everyone
Y'all
acts like they
found
can't do
money.
the same
They
shit.
gave you a sweetheart deal.
Everyone
because you
acts
were
like they
broke
can't do
boys.
the same shit.
You were broke boys, and Daddy gave you a deal. That's what happened. Big Daddy of MLB said, "Here, broke boy, let's give you a deal." And that's why private
We were
equity
never
came
broke.
in.
We were never.
Y'all
We
went
went
bankrupt. That's how y'all got
we
the
might have been
TV
down
rights
bad,
again.
but we were never broke. We were never
You
broke.
went bankrupt.
We were never broke. You know who's
Y'all
broke? The
was
fucking
some
Yankees.
Donald Trump rich.
Where's your most recent trophy, nigga? Where's your most recent trophy, nigga?
We got more. 27, baby. Kiss the rings. Kiss the
Fuck
rings.
you. Fuck you. Baseball gets really heated on this show. Baseball gets so heated on this. I hate talking about because it gets so fucking.
I tell you. And you know what's the best part? And you're wrong.
But
No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong.
But the owner that got us into bankruptcy is long gone, and I don't give a shit about.
But the deal was for like 25 fucking years. It's like the best thing he did.
We didn't do much else.
Yeah, I mean that right there fucking got
Paco,
you.
who has a World Series? Who has a World Series and you don't?
I have 4.
Huh?
Actually,
How many back-to-backs do you have? How many back-to-backs
4.
do you have, nigga?
We have a 3-peat. You haven't done that yet.
You just said no one's done a 3-peat, so stop lying.
We're
in
about
the
to do a
NL,
three-peat.
in the NL.
We're about to do a 3-peat. We're about to do a 3-peat.
Yeah,
We're
we'll
about to
see.
trample everyone.
Look, we'll see. We got some pitching. And we got some
All right.
jazz.
With this being said and with this stated, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, yes, we do a lot of investigative journalism. We don't do a lot of we do a lot of analysis is what we do. We do some investigative journalism, but we also like to build you guys into the show. So I posted this on Facebook. I have to go to the comments. Give me 1 second. I'm not putting y'all shit on screen because I'm not exposing niggas. Like, it is what it is. All right. Let's have a drink first.
Ooh, I got my water.
Dodgers use to draft scouting and talent to acquire better and proven players.
This is
If you're already paying the luxury tax, why not continue deferring payment? Exactly. Babe Ruth and Joe DiMaggio,
I don't understand how you could defer a payment when that shit doesn't exist in any other sport.
Wait, before we get into this
in the NFL, do they say I'm going to defer
hold on.
A stretch and wait when you get rid of a player is the one thing.
Before we even get to this, we have one final topic, but before we do that, did you hear about who was the MLB player that was like Babe Ruth does not exist?
Oh, that was PCA.
Pete Crow Armstrong?
Bro, get drug tested.
That dude might need to get drug tested because I didn't think he was supposed to hit like that. God damn, that boy is hitting the ball like a motherfucker.
This motherfucker said Babe Ruth does not. He treated Babe Ruth like, I can understand this was like moon landing. I could get that. This is not that. We have full trading cards of Babe Ruth with his picture on it. We have full footage of Babe Ruth swinging a fucking bat.
Do you guys know who Pete Crow Armstrong's mom is?
I know that he came from the Mets.
Sheryl Crow.
Do you remember the baseball movie where the kid, I can't remember the name of the actual movie, the kid became the owner of the Minnesota Twins because their grandpa died?
Oh, not Rookie of the Year. It was the one he did like 2 movies.
No, not Rookie of the Year. That nigga was like
the same kid, right?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
But you know which one I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember
the mom. The lady that played the mom in that movie is Pete Crow Armstrong's mom.
That's wild.
So she played a baseball mom in a movie, and is actually her son. Actually made it.
It's a real life baseball mom.
That's nuts.
Okay, Miss Kelsey. Nobody clip that. I'll fight you. I'll sue the fuck out of you. Pete Crow cards move well on eBay. Done
Well,
sold 10 this month.
He's in the MVP discussion this year. That's why.
Absolutely.
Hold on. Hey, if you're moving that on eBay, doesn't Whatnot it's better to sell on eBay because like Whatnot is gonna take a percentage.
Well, they both take a percentage.
But whose
eBay
is bigger? Whose is worse?
I don't know whose is worse. I think between between shipping and platform fees, you're about 14%. That's why usually like I go to show. I have either a card store by me that I sell my Pokemon at, or I have one boy that's doing tables now.
I got a King Griffey. I got a King Griffey fucking untouched. A King Griffey rookie card, untouched.
That's the thing about baseball is there's just so many cards, so many refractors. I don't know what the fuck's worth value with the Pokemon shit, bro.
This whole box,
I
have to go through. That's all inventory. All of that's inventory.
See, like I could and should start selling Pokemon cards, but I'm just like trying to keep that shit till it goes up.
There is Pokemon in there. I have everything in there.
I have.
Put it this way: I saw one card for $250, and I bought the whole box for $50.
I have. I would say probably like $2K worth of sealed product, and I spent probably like $750. Not even.
I got a Super Bowl pack with Terrell Davis in it. There's guaranteed that Terrell Davis is in it from the Super Bowl sign. I haven't opened that bitch.
That's crazy. Like I have two of the Mews with
that's
Charizard.
nice.
That like the second top card from Crown Zenith, that joint is like almost 300 a pop. I have two of those.
You know, we have we have a Whatnot account. I'm probably gonna update that bitch. Like I gotta start posting to that bitch.
See, I don't know.
I gotta get this King Griffey Jr. card like off my dick, like for real. Like I've been sitting on it.
You're probably better off selling that shit on eBay, to be honest. Like
Bro,
I go to eBay before I go to Whatnot. Like particularly when I'm going to buy cards. TCG Player is like
that's what I noticed. Like a lot of motherfuckers be on the eBay instead of the Whatnot.
Well, it's just easier because
let's get into this last topic. This is from the fans. So I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna read fans' comments on Facebook, and then you guys are gonna react to them. The topic is: what NFL team are people sleeping on this year? From my personal page. Our first comment, Denver. Being that it's Denver, we let Mike take this one. Taco, you get a different team. You don't get to comment on the same team.
I think that is false in the sense of I don't think you can say Denver. I don't think you can say Denver is a surprise team. They made it far in the playoffs. They had Bo Nix that got hurt. They've only made improvements getting Jalen. They got Jalen Waddle. Hopefully, Nix, for their hopes, Nix can be healthy. They drafted why can't I think of his name right now? They drafted Jonah Coleman, running back out of Washington. They still have RJ Harvey. J.K. Dobbins is coming back. They still got Robbie's favorite. I mean, he's a great PS2. They didn't do a lot to that defense, but I don't think they lost a lot either. So are they a good team? Yes. I just don't think you can rightfully call them a sleeper. They are in the hunt.
So You're on the drop the mic FF confidence meter. You're higher than the consensus probably on Denver. You're giving our fan, because they're probably going to check in here in a few, because I'm giving everyone links.
What I'm saying is I just don't think you can call them a sleeper. If you call them a sleeper, you don't think you're not paying attention to what happened last year if you're calling them a sleeper. You'd have to give me reasons why they decreased from last year and then saying that they would improve on that. If they say lost Bo Nix, or let's just say Waddle wasn't there and they lost PS2 and they lost Sutton, and then you said, hey, even though they lost PS2 and they lost Sutton, they will still do what they did last year, then I say you can call them a surprise. But you can't call them a surprise when nothing's gotten worse.
Okay. So you're saying that they could be right there in the thick of things.
Yes.
Taco.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
We have some Commanders comments.
While you're thinking of what comment, the only one thing I really quick want to add to Denver is I think the opposite is what you would have to argue. If someone wanted to say that Denver was a disappointment, then that's where I would argue, but I don't think you can call them it. Yeah.
I am going to say, so to counteract your take before I pass it to Taco, because Taco has to get the Commanders. So I'm going to give him time to kind of develop his take. I think that Denver is a little bit of a sleeper, just because I think that people are thinking they can take a back step with the improvements that Las Vegas has made. Do I personally think that is a belief? No. I have a tour date to close out the fall tour or the end of summer tour. I should say end of summer tour, because we go into the Rumtober tour, which is only 3 dates. Fuck, I said that out loud. There's no Rumtober tour. We're not doing shit during Rumtober. We've never even thought of a tour. What I will say is that Bo Nix coming off of injury is going to be a very delicate situation, but a situation where he could probably step into and really be a situation. I don't think that Denver is a team that people should be sleeping on. So therefore, I'm not going to put them in the sleeper category, but I do think this is a team that we should bet on. So Mike, do you think that we should at least do that?
Yes.
Okay. Over under. Without looking at total, over under. I'm gonna go over.
I don't even know what it is.
Yep, we're not looking. We're blind.
No, I'll go over, but here's the problem. I will say this. No, I'm not going to say what I was going to say, because it's an argument for a different. It's a topic for a different situation,
for a different episode. Hey, we have our prediction episode coming up in 2 weeks.
That my argument will come up. My discussion will come up during that.
Taco.
From Seattle last year. I just want to say,
what NFL team are people sleeping on? The comment section gave you the Commanders.
I think the comment section is wrong here as well. They cannot be considered a sleeper because they're a bounce back.
That to me would be considered. I think that could be considered a sleeper.
No, let him bounce back, because y'all was already top of looking good. Y'all had an up and coming QB. You did have momentum. You were looking to build on playoff success. You were looking at taking the next step. And what happened was Jaden Daniels got hurt and Terry McLaurin got hurt, and it's not the same team. So they kind of did their best to make it. But this isn't like saying like, hey, could you guys maybe make the playoffs? Now, we've seen you make the playoffs. We've seen you be good. We've seen you deliver AFC, NFC week of the performance type games. So this isn't can you do it? It's can you get back to where you were? Can you get back to a playoff team that can compete for a chip? That's the question. It's not, are you a sleeper? Because we've already seen that you can do it. A sleeper team is a team that I feel like that hasn't done anything yet, like what the Jags were last year.
Damn. He cooked. Damn. Yeah, he cooked. I'm not even gonna all right. Taco, that's clippable as fuck. That's clippable as fuck. I have the Giants, and I'm gonna be honest, they are a sleeper because I felt like as much octane that we saw out of this offense last year, I don't think that we got to see the end product of what it could have been. I think that we saw them in a coaching situation to where it was forcing players to do things that they were already good at, but it was a coach forcing a coach into himself into a position to maintain the position. You're not done with that this year because you have a coach that's proven in the NFL. I'm not saying that McDermott wasn't proven, but I am saying that Harbaugh is that much more proven. With that being said and stated, I do think that the Giants have a significantly better year this year. So I feel like if you are not taking at least the over on that team, then you are sadly mistaken. Do they have to go up against Dallas? Yes. Do they have to go up against Washington? Yes, who my colleague already spoke on, so I'm not going to embellish. Do they have to go up against what's the other team in our fucking division?
Eagles.
The fuck? You see, I did that on purpose. Thank you. I did that shit so on purpose. I don't care about them. Especially with no AJ Brown. I don't give a fuck about them.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
No, you're not. I understand it.
I fear the Giants and I fear the Cowboys more.
That defense should be good.
I think that
run game should be good. And Smith should be good. I think you have to.
Smith got shut down by flag football players.
It'll be interesting.
You can say everyone has a good day or not. I saw Smith against flag football players.
To me, this could be the last gasp for the Eagles. So they could crash out. I'm not going to just.
I think this is a crash out year.
I think they have 2 years. I think they have 2 years.
I think it's a crash out year.
See, my problem is I don't know how much control Sirianni has. Because there's a lot of chatter about Jalen Hurts being like.
We know how much control Sirianni has.
All three.
It's not working.
No, he has zero control.
we all three get. Hang on. Okay. We all three get the Patriots and the Saints coming up next. But really quick, Washington NFC East Division winner. I'm with that
shit. Super Bowl team be a sleeper.
Thank you. That was the look.
Hang on. We're not. Give me a sec. Guys.
Sorry, man. That's a really bad one.
Hidemeka Buko Auto 10 starts or like what are we saying about Mbuka? Like I want to know what you're saying about Mbuka because I don't know if that comment came out the right way. Carolina over 7.5 wins. I have Carolina over that.
Over.
Do you guys want to do Patriots first or Saints first?
Patriots.
Let's go Patriots.
Oh, Z's saying that his Mbuka card, he got a numbered card out of 10.
Oh, that's cool. Those are worth money.
Fuck you.
Okay.
We're doing a poll in 2 weeks. We're doing a poll stream in 2 weeks on this show. We're doing a poll in 2 weeks, just so y'all know.
So I need to understand how do we call a Super Bowl team a sleeper? Because that to me is a mystery.
There's a lot of ways that argument can be made.
They're a sleeper for what? Winning?
You can count in the digression. So everyone views that.
So that's
that
like
everyone. All right. Can I be honest?
Yeah.
That's a team that made the Super Bowl
So pick a different team instead. You have other ones.
That probably should not have maybe got there.
Yes, they were a year. Yeah, they were a year ahead. I get that.
Yep.
But what I think Taco's saying is now that they're there,
Yep.
we can't call them a sleeper. Yes, you might have natural regression.
Yep.
And if natural regression doesn't put them
going to
there,
get there again.
Natural regression is its own category.
I don't think there's going to
I
be
don't
natural
think they're going to
progression.
get this. Yes, I do. I think there's going to be natural progression because one, their schedule is going to be easier, or harder. And they had an easy schedule last year. All I'm saying is that I think Taco's trying to say. The only thing I'll say on it is, even if they naturally regress a little bit, but they were to overperform a little bit, they're overperformers. They're not sleepers in the sense of a team that no one thought was going to be there last year and show up. They were a sleeper in 2025 when they made it to the chip.
I refreshed. Okay, so we'll skip past. We have Saints in this YouTube chat. We have the Vikings. To close out, we have the Vikings. We have the Falcons.
I'll take the Vikings as a sleeper because they have the quarterback.
So wait, you have the Vikings. Hold on. Here's how we're going to do this. Taco, you get to take the Vikings. You get the Saints. I get the Falcons, and then we close.
Okay.
So I think the Vikings can be considered a sleeper because now we've had a QB change. We've had a downturn year. We've had some mismatches. And I think that between Kyler Murray and Wentz, I think they're going to right the ship. I think that Justin Jefferson is ready for a rebound. I think that he is the wide receiver I'm honestly kind of hoping I get this year. When you talk about that kind of like back half of the first round, because I just have a feeling that him and Kyler Murray could be something special, particularly because Justin Jefferson is something special. Like, you know what I mean? It's someone that can get him the ball. Like, let him cook. Let him do what he's supposed to do. Because there was infinite conversations about who's better, Chase or Jefferson. Chase or Jefferson. Now all of a sudden Jefferson is trash. No, he had no one to get him the ball. And that is where I look at a draft board and a team as that's a sleeper. That's a guy that's undervalued. That's a team that's underpriced.
That's such an equitable stack. It's so equitable.
Yep. So to me, that's a team I think that could make the playoffs. I think they could make noise. I think that they have an upshot team to be even, and like I said, from a fantasy perspective, as a team that could really eat. We've seen the defense perform. If the defense regresses, that's better for Jefferson. Like, either way you slice it, I think that Jefferson is set for rebound player of the year. I think he's going to cook this year.
Mike, you get the Saints.
I am in on this. And I do know who put the Saints in the chat. But I do agree with said person because, one, I do think, not saying he's going to be a top 10 or anything like that, but I do think that the Saints did find their quarterback of the future. He proved that he could do something, even if they don't do something, like I said last episode, even if they don't do something this year, he's giving them the flexibility because he was a lower, not a first-round pick and still on his rookie deal that they can do some stuff with it.
I feel like Valet is slept on. I feel like Valet is being so forgotten.
Them bringing in Travis, Etienne, however you want to say his now, Etienne. They still got who I believe got paid last week, and I still believe is a top talent in Chris Olave. I think Juwan Johnson is still underslept as a good wide receiver, or a good tight end in the league. They brought in Jordan Tyson. On the defensive side of the ball, unfortunately for my team, they brought in Reed, the safety. They drafted Sonny Style, the brother from the linebacker here, guys. Sonny Styles' brother. They brought in him. There was a couple other free agents moves. I do think, and the other thing is, it doesn't hurt that this is the division they're in. If this was a stacked division, I wouldn't be saying these guys are a sleeper if you guys are in the NFC North. But I do think this is a sleeper team. Do I think they are a year away? Yes. But just don't put words in my mouth because I do not think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. But just like we thought the Patriots were a year away, they can make a bigger step than we thought and make it to the playoffs and knock a team out. And that I wouldn't doubt it.
And I gave myself the hardest task of the night. I have to hype up the fucking Atlanta Falcons. Thank you for being so exquisite on your take, Mike. You're a dick. Oh fuck, you did really good. You did really, really good. The Atlanta Falcons. Why are people sleeping on this team is because they actually have a quarterback that if he stays healthy and he stays upright, can actually be able to go and do the damn thing. But I think the biggest piece of this operation is a rookie that for a lot of you guys in fantasy football land is going to stick out. And I want you guys to get ahead of the pace before then. I can't make a video about this guy because if I make a video about this guy, it's not going to get clicks. Nobody's going to fucking view it, all right? I might just do it just for the love of it so niggas go back and watch it. And I'm talking about Zachariah Branch, baby. Zachariah Branch is about to take the fuck over, all right? This is straight up Peerless Price on steroids. For Atlanta Falcons out there that know Peerless Price and what he was as a 2, that man was a 2 of the 2s in Atlanta Falcons history. I think that you get that again. You get the rebirth. Drake London is also not exactly Julio Jones. So I think that Zachariah Branch could step in this bitch and maybe even take some of those targets.
Oh.
We got fucking Bijan riding around with a fucking genie tail. I don't know what that's all about. Bijan's going to be Bijan. There's no more Tyler Algier. We don't know what that second back is going to look like. We at least know some idea of what the landscape of this pass game is going to look like, and it's going to be vertical, baby. Let them birds fly. Let me get Zachariah Branch everywhere I can get him while no one else is looking. I heard your girl ain't post a single. Damn, where's she at? Where's she at? Zachariah Branch is where it's at. Atlanta Falcons, they're sleeping on you. And that's how I end my segment. Was that a good? I feel like that was poetic. Like I waxed right there. Like I did my thing. That was in the moment. I did not plan any of those skits, any of that shit. I really had to work hard for Atlanta.
As long as Kevin Stefanski makes the 2 quarterbacks stay out of Magic City, we're fine.
Jesus. Fuck. But there's good chicken wings there.
Chicken wings or chicken breasts?
Ooh. All right. Do you want to ask a person that's actually been there? Like
I'm just giving you. I know. Just saying.
All right. All right. I'm gonna piss a lot of people from Atlanta. I'm gonna piss a lot of people from Atlanta off. The wings at Blue Flame might be better than Magic City.
You know what would suck is if I actually went to Magic City and those wings are basic.
I'd be pissed after Lou Will. Lou Will.
Well, how do you like your wings? How do you like? Do you get them wet or?
So me personally, how I like them, I like the wings crispy but with the sauce on it.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't like them super wet. You don't like them stupid wet.
I don't like them soggy. That yeah, I don't mind them wet, but like, or you know what you get at a lot of places, you
have to ask for them to be soggy. You have to ask for, like at Magic City, you have to ask for them to be soggy. Yeah, you have to ask.
I don't know, man. Out here,
like they're not gonna just make them like that. They're gonna make them crispy, bro. You don't have a choice in it.
Some of them be putting them like naked, where it don't have like that breading and that crispiness to it. I think you gotta treat it almost like a fried chicken and you kind of bread it, and then you put it into like that's the real way to do it.
Yo, hey, when we do the next Rumboyz chicken wing episode where we're doing wings before a game, Taco, you're coming on.
Yeah, we got to get some shit popping.
If you guys have not seen the Rumboyz cooking episodes, we've done a seafood broil, we've done chicken wings. If you want to come and talk football, I'm probably the best person you can talk football with outside of these two. Straight up, because these two killed it tonight. These two made me step up to the plate and give better takes. And I don't even know if I went take. I feel like I went take for take. I feel like I went take for take. But fellas, y'all did that motherfucker. Like this is the night where y'all get to shine, and y'all did that motherfucker. Any last words, Taco?
Tuesday night, Goal Line Goons. Get it right, get it tight.
Yep, it's Goal Line Goons. We got the second edition of training camp updates and news, and we're gonna get a lot more intimate about where you should be drafting based off of Mock All Night, who Mike dropped the draft. Mike, talk to him.
You know where to find me. If you need a graphic, you know where to find me. I'll probably be not on camera, but I will probably be on Wednesday's mock.
Cool.
Hiding in the back, but making picks and pissing people off. And that's what
fucker.
I do.
For those that don't know, Mike sniped me during Mock All Night.
Oh, you did too, because who did I snipe you on? Because I was trying to get someone that you got too.
You got Bishaw. You got my Virginia Tech boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did that. You did
You
that
got
real
someone.
naughty.
I forget who it was. There was someone that I was like, I'm gonna get, and then I'm like, fucking A.
Yeah, you went real naughty. That shit was egregious.
You know what's funny? I haven't done a mock or a real draft at all this season.
Z2 says hot lemon pepper. Hot lemon pepper is that hot lemon pepper. Yeah.
I want to try a honey lemon pepper.
Honey lemon pepper is the shit. You gotta get the hot honey.
Hot honey, yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get real flirtatious with that bitch. But not a hot lemon pepper. The homie went the Jay Wick. He went the Jay Wick style. Shout out to him. That nigga's locked up. He is for real locked up. Because he shot someone. Yeah. He's but he was a dope rapper. He was a really dope rapper that put the hot lemon pepper on the map and then got arrested. Texas.
I got my two-step.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rumboyz Robbie. Make sure that you guys check us out for tomorrow. I'm doing a boxing stream. I haven't done a boxing stream in a minute, so we're gonna do that for the fans because Instagram wants this shit. So I'm gonna just do it. I'm just gonna do it. And we're gonna figure out the logistics as to how it's gonna happen, but we're gonna do it. Mike's already got the graphics, so that's one part down. The other part is me. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls want to do dilly dilly. Arrrr. Welcome to
Enos Canner, you an asshole.
What?
I said Enos Canner, you're an asshole.
Enos Canner, you're an asshole. Oh, God. This is the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Dilly dilly, we love you. We appreciate you. I'll catch you guys on the next fucking video.